off their season in 8 days. They'll play Friday night in a game against Georgia Tech. Deion Sanders getting his team ready for its debut. If you missed this earlier in the week, he doesn't sound happy with what he's seen so far. Listen.
If you perform like you performed in that scrimmage, they're going to eat you alive. You might as well what they call it, disconnect your social media. You got 12 days to get this thing together. 12 darn days to perfect our craft. And some of y'all still trick-or-treat. Got on the costume. It ain't even Halloween.
All right, so this is a new time, obviously, for Coach Prime. We've seen him there with his son at quarterback and with the spectacular Travis Hunter. This team a little bit more under the radar. Josh, what would constitute a good year for Deion in Colorado this year?
Being competitive in every game. That could be 6 wins, it could be 9 wins in the Big 12. What he knows is what he's experienced, and that is the gap between the lead car and the number 11 car in that lead field is very narrow. But I just encourage people, if you start thinking about Colorado, think about him pre-Deion Sanders, because that's still the backdrop against which I view them. I mean, 6 wins, 7 wins, whatever it is, could be 9 wins again. If they're competitive, that is light years better than what they were 72 months ago and beyond.
What do you think, Joe?
Josh, I agree with you 100%. I think that people have this lofty expectations that are sort of unfair. He lost the best player in college football, in Travis Hunter, lost his starting quarterback. And so they're going to take a step back. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. You got to always do that. And then be competitive in the other games. When you have ranked opponents, when you have opponents at home, you have to be competitive in those games. This team may be different. I agree. You go back to before he got there, nobody was talking about Colorado at all. We wouldn't be having this discussion on Get Up With You, Greeny, right now. So they just need to win the games they're supposed to and be competitive in those other games against ranked opponents.
Joey, great to see you. Josh, wonderful to have you. Welcome to the team. We'll be doing this regularly as we get set for the college football season, which is right away from the college football season kicking off. And we welcome in our longtime buddy, Joey Galloway, and our brand new buddy, Josh Pate, who is our new teammate here at ESPN talking college football. Great to have both you guys. And Josh, I will start with you as let's do some college football superlatives, right? We're going to start the season. People need to know what's going on. Who is the best quarterback in the country heading into the season?
Greeny, I'm going with Lenore Sellers at South Carolina. I think America has seen bits and pieces of him. South Carolina fans are drunk on him, as they should be. There were times where he showed sort of game takeover potential last year. His OC is Mike Shula. They've really focused on pocket awareness, passing the ball better. Downstream of Nick Harbor, their wide receiver one, the word out of camp is their wide receiver room a little underrated. I'm going with Lenora Sellers to be a breakout star this year.
Field Yates projected him to be the number 2 pick in next year's draft. Obviously, we're a long way from that. Joey, who's the best player in the country going into the season?
I think a lot of people are talking about Jeremiah Smith, but I think it's on the other side for Ohio State and Caleb Downs and what he's brought to that team, not just on the field, but everyone talks about him as another coach, helping other guys out. He's going to have some new pieces on that defense this year. He's a terrific leader. To go with the play, he never misses a tackle when he's on the field. He's the best player.
All right, so Ohio State defending national champs, Texas number 1 team in the country. Josh, who's the most underrated team as the season begins?
Greeny, they don't feel underrated to me because I've been banging the drum since February, basically, but I'm going with Oklahoma. The season was terrible last year. They looked like a terminally flawed team. They weren't. It's a bunch of top 10 recruiting classes stacked on top of each other, really good staff. They had a terminally flawed QB-OC complex. They rectified that, brought in a QB-OC from Washington State. I like him to compete in the SEC.
Okay, so quick look around at some of the big storylines, and now let's look ahead to the biggest game. We got the week, a week from Saturday, we will have the first game of the century of the many that we will get this season when Ohio State and Texas play, and we'll get our first real look at Arch Manning, who has been as hyped as just about any young player I can ever imagine, and has had sort of an interesting week, with his grandfather, the things that he said and all of that. Joey, what do we expect from Arch Manning this season, especially early?
I think we see him take a step forward for sure. Now, we've seen a little bit. He's only thrown 9 passes in college. and you're correct. He is way overhyped. I'm the kind of guy that I need to see something. I need to see it happen. We know he's talented. We know he's in a good situation. We know that Texas is a very good football team. He'll have pieces around him. And now we see him take over. It's his team now. It's his turn now. So we need to see that leadership. We need to see that on the field play. And then I can get on board, but I just need to see it.
Yeah, Josh, it feels like we've been waiting for this a long time. The moment is finally almost here. What do you expect from Arch Manning?
Greeny, think about this. This is his first time starting as a quarterback. You've known him over half a decade. 3 years in high school, now 3 years in college, and yet now we get to see him. My expectation is pretty good to really good. He doesn't need to be a superhero. This is not Xbox. It's the real world. Steve Sarkisian, I was there in the spring, he said, we've built towards this year, meaning they've stacked their entire roster and developed their entire roster of their guys to work around Arch Manning to where it doesn't need to be the Arch show. It needs to be the Texas show, just sort of featuring Arch Manning. That's what I expect.
All right, Ohio State and Texas, that first game coming up in about a week and a half. Colorado is another interesting team. They kick around the corner. Coming up around our corner, which of these teams do you think is projected to go the deepest in the playoffs this season? Spoiler alert, it's not any of the ones that you think it is. We'll answer that question after we see if Dominique can answer this one. Here we go, Neek. Which active head coach has won the most NFC West division titles? You look at, I can't read the look on your face. You think it's easy.
Yeah, it's a layup.
With Hembo, it's usually sneaky. We'll find out next.
I feel disrespected. This is too easy.